All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahat, Rachak, Kodash. I would like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do group well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the full elect and one third, and Lord's will. This will be edifying to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahat, Rachak, Kodash. All right, I'm the brother Gabar War. And as the title reads, the poorest city, but rich with faith. Okay. Or if you will, the poorest cities have the richest faith. All right. And, I just came across some information pertaining to the city specifically that we are in. All right. Like the rest of America, it's not thriving. It's poverty stricken. All right. On all sides, it looks hopeless. All right, but guess what? There's still faith there. Okay, where brothers are living right now in America. All right, what you know is the Virgin Daughter Babylon. Even though we may live in physical poverty, all right, we may physically live in one of the poorest cities, all right, or low end neighborhoods, but we are rich with faith. Okay, and our faith, our hope, the spiritual understanding that we have been given keeps us in a hopeful spirit, while the rest of the world, cities, neighborhoods are just crumbling. All right, through poverty, through wickedness. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, we are thriving. All right, in the spirit. Now, every day might not feel like you're thriving, but by the end of that day, you look back at the hell you caught, and you just thank Yahweh Shemel Shai for what you have been given. Okay, now I actually want to go to the book of James, and I want to pull a specific precept. And really, we could start at one. You really could start at one, but I'm just going to go to five because I don't want to make this too long. But I do have a few points I want to make, and I do want to show you, some stats, some statistics, as they say. So this is James 2:5, and it reads, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, has not the Most High chosen the poor of this world rich in faith?" Okay, and that vibration is not pushed in the world of what you call religion, all right, or people's understanding with the Bible, because the average person that is claimed to be the faithful, who God is dealing with, they're what? They're rich, they're well off, they're soft spoken. They don't give you struggle stories. It's all life coaching and more money. There's no spiritual gain to give you peace in your physical condition. All right, but that's quite the contrary of what the scriptures are telling us. The scriptures tell us that it says it again. It says that hearken, my beloved brethren, has not the Most High chosen the poor of this world? Now, riches, all right, even in the ancient times came from great substance, but now, all right, our riches are coming from spiritual. Okay, so we technically, physically are poor. Okay, we are poor. Our physical conditions, and let me just show you what wealth was considered in ancient time. Okay, and we don't have this. All right, we don't have these things, but we do have it. All right, in the spirit. Okay, we have this in the spirit, but on a physical grand scale, we are poverty. Okay, but that doesn't change our position with Yahweh Shemel Shai. That actually keeps us closer to Him, because that's why it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." All right, when you have money, all right, if you will, you have comfortability. You become sluggish. You're not on that edge anymore. You've lost your edge. You've became complacent. So Yahweh Shemel Shai is teaching us to be content, okay, with what we have, and to be thankful, and to constantly ask Him for our daily bread. Give me neither riches nor poverty, but that I may be content. Okay. But this is Genesis 13:1. "And Abram went out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold." See, it says Abram was rich with cattle. All right, cattle, that's food. Cattle is also livestock. cattle, you need land, and then what? Gold and silver. Okay, so he had great substance. He even had a wife. Okay, he had actually many wives. All right, our father Abraham, the father of faith. So I just wanted to show this quick example. So back, in the ancient times, your wealth was also considered by your gain. Okay, now we don't have that. Some brothers don't even have a car, or if they do, it's just to get them to point A and point B. But we need just that point A and point B, and that's what's keeping us content. Okay, because why? We're rich with faith. So even though we have bottom barrel, things, we are giving the necessities we need to live by, to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right, and ultimately, Lord's will endure to the end to get out of here. A lot of people, even in their low condition, don't want to leave. A lot of Jakes want to find a way to keep this place so-called thriving when it's not thriving. Okay, it's literally not thriving. So we're GMS Solemn Assembly, which we're located in Rochester, New York. Now, our name isn't GMS Rochester, which it would be, but there used to be a GMS Rochester, and those men got kicked out of Great Millstone, but there was only one man out of that camp that didn't get kicked out, and that's our camp leader today, the beloved brother Marar. All right, well, that's for another time, testimony, and lesson. But what a beautiful, endurance, as a testimony that you can give as that man. So now we're in the camp. Okay, years fast forward later, so we're out here in Rochester. So we don't call ourselves GMS Rochester for that reason. So we are called GMS Solemn Assembly, a holy assembly. You see, now within that, all right, the city that we're in. Okay, it's out of the 10 poorest cities among top 75 metropolitan areas. The city we're in, Rochester, is ranked number 3. Number 3 in poorest and poverty. Okay, it has child poverty, extreme poverty. All right, this place is through. Okay, this place is through. We live in the midst of this, but we're not in a poverty-stricken mindset. See, that's the difference. And I also want to say, that's why I said I actually wanted to title it "The Poorest Cities Have the Richest Faith," if you will, because look, you got beloved brothers out there in Detroit. Shalom to those brothers. You got the water crisis going on. You got the beloved brothers out there in Cleveland. Shalom to those brothers. Then we're right here, and you got the brothers out there in Buffalo who been doing this, been laboring. Okay, the apostles are in Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, look, California, you got brothers out there, Alabama, so on and so on and so on. All these poor metropolitan cities have the richest faith. And it makes me think about the conversation that Abraham had with the 2 angels about if there would be one righteous man, will you not destroy that city? So when you look at these cities should bend succumb, to its poverty-stricken, land. But Yahweh Shemel Shai has raised up prophets in Babylon that have a job to do, even in the midst of a crumbling society. You see, and these men that the Lord has set up are rich with faith, even though they're in a poverty-stricken cities. Okay, when we drive around, all right, after camp, because we camp downtown, the highways and byways. When we after even around us, it's just abandoned buildings. It's just ridden with trash and slum, and then there's shootings. There's shootings and stabbings every night. Every night, it's just another Jake, has been judged by Yahweh Shemel Shai, and the only thing that can happen to these cities now is just destruction, and the true men of the Lord be delivered, okay, be protected, because that's what happened with Lot. The Sodom got destroyed, Gomorrah got destroyed, and he fled that city. You could have actually brothers have to leave some of these cities, but that doesn't mean they're leaving the faith. Okay, because why? We're rich with faith. Now let's go back. I just wanted to pull that out. I got another fun fact for you pertaining to the in particular city that we're in. Now this is James 2:5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, has not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he has promised to them that love him. You see? So we have heirs coming, but this is why you have to be spiritually minded. This is why you have to carry yourself in a faithful, hopeful manner. And we were actually trying to express that to this in particular Jake at camp last Saturday, and he just couldn't get it. Like we were telling him, and he's like, "Well, where does that put you right now? Like, what do you mean? It puts us in a state of hope. We're in one of the poorest cities in Babylon. Like I said, one of the poorest cities in Babylon, and we're able to stand out here with a smile and call upon the Lord. What do you mean? You can't see what this truth is doing for us? You know, a lot of our people are spiritually blinded, and it's no diss. It's the reality that we are witnessing, you know, in the midst of this gospel being pushed. A lot of our people are not set up for the spiritual peace that Yahweh Shem Shai has given us, okay? Even in poor conditions, all right? Brothers are living in some effed up situations, but we're not effed up in the spirit. See, that's what I want to push across. Even though it may be the poorest city, but they don't talk about how rich it is in faith. You see? That, and that's who the hopeful elect. The hopeful elect is the richest as this place is having financial crisis, dollar dwindling, stock markets crashing, okay, inflation, soon hyperinflation, all right, products rising, people pinching pennies, you know, through the spirit. We're over here rejoicing, you know, we're over here rejoicing in the spirit. This is Proverbs 13:7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet has nothing. There is he that maketh himself rich, yet you got nothing. Scarface said it. He said, "Is this it? Is this it?" And that's exactly true, because you can you could what shall a man gain, you know, to lose his soul? You know, let me grab it. Let me get it. I'm butchering it. I shouldn't. Let's go to that. Mark 8:36. What shall a man gain? Real quick, because you know there's a lot of people in this city of Rochester, just like throughout Babylon, that are very delusional because they have a form of riches. They have a form of, you know, being above that poverty line. But are you above the poverty line spiritually? You know, and the answer is no. This is Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world, if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Right. Eminem said it. Lose yourself. Eminem had to lose himself in the moment to gain a form of acceptance. Okay. You know, and that's another thing. These people, they're not accepted of the world for themselves. They're accepted of their world for a gimmick, for an act, you know, for a moment, for a scenario, for a situation. It's not genuine. It's not real. Okay. Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to have his men, all right, gain renown and recognition for the righteous works that they're doing in the names of Yahweh Shem Shai, just like Yahweh Shai. And that's the notoriety that Yahweh Shai has been given. That's the glory. That's why in Revelations 5, after he took his last breath on the cross and went up to the spirit realm, Revelations 5, if I'm not mistaken, it's either 5 or 2, I believe it's 5, but it's telling you what happened when he went there. And they bowed before him because he was worthy. Outside of Yahweh, no one was considered worthy. Now the Yahweh gave that glory to his son, which now we are waiting for that same glory as well. Okay. Now this is back in Proverbs 13:7, and it says, let me see. It says, there is he that maketh himself poor, yet has great riches. Now it says, there is he that maketh himself poor. Now I'm thinking of two scriptures, but before I get excited, let's just go to one. It says, he that maketh himself poor. Now, how did we make ourselves poor? By turning our backs on this world and sin for a season. Okay. He that turns to righteousness maketh himself a prey, right? And right here, this is Hebrews 11:24. We went through the same thing. Okay. This is Hebrews 11. And yeah, I'll start at 24. It says, by faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the sons of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Man, that's high level. Okay. So Moses, through the Spirit, chose to live in a manner of poverty, if you will, instead of enjoying pleasures, temporal pleasures, corruptible pleasures for a season, just like us. instead of trying to lose ourselves for the moment, for this moment of pleasure for a sin, we're rather choosing to suffer affliction. Okay, taking the low road, not trying to get the get rich quick scheme. All right, my whole life I was raised in a household of finding a way to get rich quick. You know, we could do this, we could do that, but it didn't give you life and peace spiritually. Because I have another lesson cooked up, which I don't know per se what I want to entitle it, but it's going into the law of Leviticus 26, where it speaks about how we have to accept our captivity. You know, and that's another thing. With you accepting captivity, accepting the position you're in, that is pleasing to the Most High. You know, like earlier last year, through the Spirit, it came to me. I accept being in middle class right now because through faith and hope, we know what's coming. So why am I trying to get rich physically when the riches physically are coming in the future? Why not get rich spiritually for the present and now that we need before the great prophecies of judgment to come? You see? So just like the great example with Moses right here, that's what came to mind for me. And let's see where we. I want to get. I was in Proverbs. So let's go back to Proverbs. Actually, let's get Proverbs 3. I want to read something else real quick, and then I want to show you this another fun fact of the city we're in, and that's something I'd recommend for you brothers too. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with seeing the state of the city you're in, you know, because the Spirit jumped on me. I want to say a couple months ago with everything going on with prophecy. All right, that's why they're wearing these muzzles. That's prophecy, brothers. You know, pestilences. Whether or not it's you know whether or not it's still prophecy, but you know, it behoove you to be aware of what's going on in the city you're stationed in, you know, because wherever brothers are at, that's where the Lord has them. You know, me in the world, I stayed far away from Rochester because even in the world, the city I'm in had a infamous name, you know, of judgment with Jake and being wicked. So I never wanted to come here, but I didn't know because my thought, the Most High's thoughts are not mine. I didn't know that I would be stationed here. You see, so with you being where you're at, it would be wise, you know, to you know, understand more of the city you're in, even for historical reasons. You know, this summer we did a mini documentary, a 2-part series on the Underground Railroad. Okay, which was very spiritual. You know, so you may have some historical history in your cities, or some edifying news that you can be aware of in their cities. You know, things of that nature. You'll see through the Spirit how it will benefit you. Okay, so let me see, where was we at? Let me just finish off. I want to read Proverbs 13 and 7 one more time. Just, it's on my spirit one more time. Then we'll go to Proverbs 3 and bring out a couple more. And like I said, I got a fun fact, all right, to show you. So let's go here. All right. Proverbs 13 and 7. And it says, yeah, there it is. It says, there is that maketh himself rich, yet has nothing. There is he, excuse me, there is he that maketh himself poor, yet has great riches. So see, we have great riches. We're rich in faith. We're rich in hope. All right. We're rich in the spiritual mindset. Okay. And those things keep us going. Those things make us happy in the spirit. You see? So when someone says, well, how are you rich for, you know, rather being poor? How are you rich rather being poor? See, this, a natural man can't see this. That's another thing. If you are as a natural man, you're not going to understand what we're saying because you're looking at this too literal. It's like you need numbers crunching and pen and paper and, you know, direct answers. Now, this is all spiritual. Okay, this is all spiritual. So let's start right here. This is Proverbs 3 and 13. It says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom. We have found wisdom. The wisdom has found us, but we through the Spirit have recognized, oh, this is wisdom. So oh man, it's like when you find something new. You know, there's times where through the Spirit I find these beautiful articles or dates or situations or history that's awesome for edification, for a lesson that, you know, in my spirit I can't wait to do. You know, very excited. I'm excited to do this because we're happy because we understand this is wisdom. This is substance. You see. And it says, and the man that has getting understanding, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. And you know what else is as wisdom? A man of the Lord. The scriptures tell you how, because in this truth you will gain brothers. Okay, you will gain like-minded men, or spiritual brothers that just help you. And that's more precious than fine gold, because those men are walking with what? Wisdom and the Holy Spirit. So you can gain more wisdom even off brothers. Okay, that's why two is better than one. And it says, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. So here it is. We're in the third poorest city, right? We're in the third poorest city, child poverty stricken. Poverty rates among Rochester's benchmark cities, we're number one. Then it's Buffalo, Connecticut. See, so there's times where Rochester is at the number one for extreme poverty. Then you got poverty rate under 18 and overall poverty. So here it is. You got all this terrible physical problems going on, with this city. All right, but what we're talking about how we're rich. We're more rich than what you would call gold, and these are things that would make this city flourish again. All right, revenues and all this. But guess what? These are what we have. So while we live in the poorest cities, this is the riches that we walk around and we carry. Okay. While the rest of the world is dismal, disarray, they're in anguish, pain, and just don't know what to do. That you got business owners that have given their life, to try to, retire with their revenue in this city, hoping that new laws and taxes will get pushed. Oh, another thing, with everything going on, the small businesses is damn near extinct. So while people were trying to get physically rich, we were over here physically poverty stricken, but gaining spiritual richness. You are here to gain spiritual wealth. That's what you're going to take with you. That's what's more precious. Okay, real quick, Proverbs 3 and this is Proverbs 3 and 15. It says, she is more precious than rubies, and all the things that canst desire are not to be compared unto her. You see that? So you can't even if you found, if we are talking to somebody and you found one of the richest or most popular or prestigious states, cities, towns, countries, it couldn't compare to the wisdom that's flowing through us, all right, in our spirit and in our mind, in our intellect. And this is what gives us life and peace while living in a broken down, terrible, we got life and peace. Okay, this is Romans 8 and 6. For to be carnally minded is death. To be carnally minded is death. To carnally want just this poverty-stricken city to flourish while your nation of people and wickedness is still going on is death. You see, this is all judgment. Ultimately, this is judgment to Babylon. Okay, this is complete judgment. There's nothing that Esau can be proud about anymore, and that's a lesson I'd like to do too. All right, now the elites may still feel a little bit of pride, but your average everyday Babylonian, especially Edomite, you have nothing to be proud about. You have nothing to be proud about. You should actually feel ashamed. When I look at America, when I look at this city, I look at it's Esau's fault, because Esau is the nayer and sayer. He's the mayor. He has the money, the funding, the tax breaks, the budgets. Why are there poor cities but rich suburbs? So this is ultimately your fault. All right, but it says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and is peace. Now, this will only give you life and only give you peace if you have faith in what you're being fed. Okay, if you have faith in what you're being fed and you believe what you're being fed, then that life and peace will come unto you. But if not, then this will not profit you. Then you cannot see the spiritual richness, and you can't look past the poverty line. You can't look past the poorest city. You can't look past your physical current situation. You don't have the spirit to look past the present and look forward to the future. That's why we're saved, through hope. And what is hope if a man does look forward? Roughly paraphrasing it. Matter of fact, I gotta get it because I just butchered that one too, and I can't do that. This is Romans 8 and 24. We have to get that. Romans 8 and 24, it says, for we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. So like so, okay, someone is hoping that their city could get better. All right. But then if they can see the plans and the grants right on their desk, they're not going to hope anymore. They're just going to wait till that date comes and pass to fix it. See, we don't have a time, hour, a day. All right. No man knows a time, hour, a day. That's what keeps us hopeful. And being hopeful is what we'll be saved by through our faith, and our faith by our works. But ultimately, the works are coming through predestination. It says, "But hope that is seen is not hope. For what does a man? For what a man seeth, why does he yet hope for?" That's right. For what a man seeth, what you hoping about? You already know it's coming. Like look at a Jake. Look at a Jake that's trying to get drafted. Okay, he could be standing in the the auditorium waiting, but if he's already been told, he ain't gonna be hoping. He's gonna be in a different mindset. He's gonna be sitting back. He's gonna be his arms kind of up. Sucking his teeth, eating his steak. No worry in the world. But if he never knew that, never got the call, put in that work, had that faith, he's gonna be there hoping he gets called, hoping it's his number, hoping he can, and then boom. Because if he didn't hope and he lost hope, he would have left the room. And then when he left the room, his name got called, and then boom, he got passed by. You see? So keep that hope up, keep being hopeful and not hopeless. Let dumbass Jakes like Tupac live a hopeless and thug life. Okay, that's a decimated, dismal, dull life that we're not to live. We are Hebrew Israelites. That's what you have to learn, who you are in the spirit, man. Who we are to be in the spirit. But let's go into this. The title reads, "The Believer's Rest." Okay, so you will have rest if you believe in what we're speaking about. All right, because that's why it says, ye that are troubled, rest with us. It says, let us, Hebrews 4:1, it says, let us fear, lest a promise being left unto us enter into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. See, so all your struggle, all your situation, at the end of the day, you're not going to have peace if you don't have faith in the prosperity of the outcome of your situation. Even if you're living in the poorest city like we are. We're living in the poorest city, but we don't have a poor man mentality. Even though the Most High chose the poor in this world, we are rich with faith. Okay, even though your situation physically sucks, but does it suck spiritually? So don't allow the physical to outweigh or overshadow the spiritual. Okay, and I'm going to give you another prime example. And this is a personal testimony, man. I was catching hell a few months back when it came to sleep. And look what the city we're in. Okay, the city that we're in is ranked number 1 in the world in most sleep stress city. Okay, the world's worst city to sleep in is Rochester, New York, and I'm guaranteed other brother cities are right on the list. But I just happened to find this, I don't know, a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, and I actually, hey, brothers, you got to send prayers up before you go to bed at night, man. Satan is lurking. Okay, the vibration in this place is at an all-time low. Okay, you got to protect your neck. You have to protect yourself spiritually. Okay, see, this is why the faith kicks in. You're not getting rest. You're catching hell. The living situation might not be that good. The city you live in is complete shit. But does that put you in the spirit to feel like shit? No, because we've been given the tools, okay, to fix our situation spiritually. We've been given the tools to fix our situation spiritually. Okay, so it don't seem as bad as others are feeling because we have spiritual life and spiritual peace. And who do we thank for that? We thank Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is the reason why we have peace. Okay, so actually, let's go over here. Let's put that right there and let's get it. Yeah, the city we're in is complete shit. Okay, hey, it's complete shit, man. All right, but guess what? That's not our problem. That's their problem. Okay, Yahushai said, "I'm not of this world." We may live in Rochester, but we ain't in Rochester. If you get what I'm saying. Now, why do we have peace? Well, Yahushai. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Yahushai. Okay, this is John 4:26. We'll go to 27 actually. Okay, this is John 14 and John 14 and verse 26. It says, but the comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance whatsoever I've said unto you. And guess what? While reading this, the thought just came to mind. Yahweh Shai said, foxes have holes, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. So Yahweh Shai was quote unquote homeless, if you will. Okay. He was living in a jacked up situation, but did that give him a jacked up spirit? No. Okay, so even though the situation you're in may be jacked up, don't use that as an excuse to be a sluggard in the spirit. Don't use poverty to be an excuse. Don't use captivity to be an excuse. Okay, Yahweh Shai was in captivity under the Romans. All right, and he did his job. So just because we're in captivity in punk ass America, which is the virgin daughter, don't let that go to your head as an excuse. Satan is always trying to find a way to get in to throw you off, and that's just another example. So just because we live in the worst sleep cities in the world, that don't mean that we still can't get up fully rested for camp. Okay, just because we live in one of the poorest cities in Babylon doesn't mean that we got to have a poor, broke ass mindset and spirit. Okay, that should charge you up. That should charge you up. You know, like I feed off people's weakness, man. I'm saying, like, when I would work and people would come in and complain, I would jujitsu that shit. I'm not gonna get complain with you. I'm gonna turn that frown upside down. If you feel me, like Jake said, you feel me? That's what you got to do, man. Because you got to watch these multitudes. There's a spirit over multitudes of people that could suck you in. That's why it says falling out a multitude to do evil. You know, go the other way. But it says John 14 and 27, it says peace. This is the point. Peace I leave unto you. No, I'm living in the poor cities of America. Peace I leave unto you. No, I'm living in the worst sleep city in America. Peace I leave unto you. Okay? My peace, you see? My peace. And guess what? Yahweh Shai is the Prince of Peace. And we're going to get that, and I'll probably end it there. It says, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth. The world can't give no peace. Where the hell is world peace? Where you at, peace? Ain't no peace out here. You know, ain't no peace until the children of Israel get released for the rest of the world. But we got peace. We have life and we have peace. All right. And it says, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. See, don't let your heart be troubled and don't let it be afraid, man. Even though you may have a physical jacked up situation, but in the spirit, all right, is a whole nother matter. You're rich in the spirit. Look, birth and reign of the Prince of Peace. You see that? Birth and reign of the Prince of Peace. And this is spirit about 10 minutes west of me, if you will. There's a church called Prince of Peace, and I'll never see nobody in that church. The only people in the parking lot are police looking to get you. So see, that's not the world. See, the world says Prince of Peace. Then you go there, and it's a peace officer with a side piece on his hip. That's the peace he gonna give you. The only peace this world gonna give you is a standard issue sidearm. I mean, for real though. But look at this. And right here, for any brother that wants to know, when Yahweh Shai, when any Christian comes up to you and says John 3:16, you know what you ask him? What scripture was he? What prophecy was he quoting? What precept was he quoting? Because Yahweh Shai always quoted something from the Old Testament. He was quoting Isaiah 9 and 6. That's why it says, for God so loved the word world, cosmos meaning government. We are that government, okay? So when they say the world, you tell them, do you know that world in Greek means cosmos, which means government, which is the same government spoken about in Isaiah 9 and verse 6, speaking about the children of Israel. You know, we're that government. Anyways, Isaiah 9 and 6, it says, for unto us a child is born, unto us. The Most High gave his only begotten son unto us. It says, unto us a son is given, and the government, the cosmos, the world shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. So that's exactly how Shai has left us. Peace. He's given us peace, okay, in this effed up, jacked up world, okay? And that's why I was just bringing out a few fun facts, if you will, pertaining to the world we're in, okay, the city we're in, Rochester, not only being the most sleep stressed city in the world, it's also third poorest city, all right, in America, or number one compared to it's by its benchmarks. Okay, but does that mean we don't have peace? Does that mean that we're poor? No, meaning we're rich in faith. We may physically be broke, physically be poor. Now that's not saying brothers don't got a couple dollars, but come on, what's real wealth? Physically, but we have real wealth, or real wealth spiritually. You see, so no matter our conditions, all right, no matter the situations we may be going through physically, it can't outweigh or overshadow the gains, wins, and riches we got spiritually. So always keep that in mind, because it's only going to get worse from here. Okay, so keep that spiritual riches, keep that spiritual rich mind mentality, because that will be your stability in the days of evil. All right. So Lord's will, you brothers and few sisters, you were edified and moved through the spirit as I was. And I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Baha, Rachak, Kodash. I would like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect and the Lord's elect alone. With that being said, Shalom.